I think what's interesting about helping people know what purpose is to first understand what purpose is not.
Yeah.
So when you and I start discussions or start training organizations or training individuals what purpose is, we always start with what purpose is not. Because usually what gets people stuck in their, and they call it a journey of discovering their purpose, is they first mistake or confuse or conflate like purpose with something else.
Sure.
And one of the big ones is purpose is passion. They'll say passion and purpose are the same thing, and that's one of the reasons that they're stuck. And it's found in the definition of passion. Passion is a barely controllable emotion, and that's why it's such a lousy decision-making tool.
Yeah.
And you find people that believe passion is purpose are actually just bouncing around life according to their emotions. Now, the other myth that we talk about is a lot of people think that purpose is a certain job.
Sure. Yeah.
My purpose is to be an NFL player.
Yep.
Well, what happens when the NFL cuts you?
Yeah, seriously.
And we've met a lot of those folks because that happens.
Yeah.
The average length of a career in the NFL is very short, actually, for the average player. So if you wake up tomorrow and you get cut from the NFL team,
it's like less than 3 years.
does that mean you don't have a purpose?
Yeah.
Of course not. So it can't be a job. The other myth that we see people fall prey to is that my purpose is a certain role. Mom, dad, spouse, grandparent.
Or even like a season of life.
Exactly, a season of life. And what if you woke up tomorrow, though, and you weren't that thing? Tragic things happen, bad things happen, seasons change. If you woke up tomorrow, what if you weren't that thing? So it can't be a role. It can't be a job. It can't be a feeling. It can't be passion. It's not the pursuit of happiness, because happiness is gone, here one day, gone the next.
Yeah, seriously.
None of those things are stable enough to be purpose. Because why are people seeking purpose? We have to ask that question. Why are they seeking purpose? They're seeking purpose because they're seeking stability.
Sure.
They're seeking purpose because they're seeking certainty. They're seeking purpose because they're trying to get a solid grip on a firm understanding of their identity.
Yeah.
Who am I and why am I here? So it's why you have to address the myths first.
I think ultimately people are looking for purpose when they're in that season of figuring out what's next. And all of us are on that journey of trying to figure out what's next in our career, what's next in our relationship, whether things are going really well or things are going pretty bad. We're all trying to figure out what's next. And so I think one of the cool things that we really love helping people with is helping them find their purpose so that they can use it as a decision-making mechanism. And I think that's why being able to quantify purpose is so unique and so controversial. I mean, I remember when we developed the purpose factor system, the amount of people came up to us who were like, is this witchcraft? Like, there's no way.
You can't do that. It's a journey. You have to backpack through Europe. You have to go on a vacation. You have to go find yourself. It's unique to the individual. It's different for every person. There's no way you can create a system for this.
Well, we did. Yeah.
We did. And it took about 11 years.
It really did.
So to understand it enough to be able to do that from a research perspective.
Yeah.
So we know it has to be something stable. Then when you look at the most successful people in the world, you recognize that the common thread that runs through anybody living their life according to purpose is contribution, living a life of contribution and experiencing fulfillment as a result of living a life of contribution. So now we know what purpose is not. Here's what purpose is. Purpose is the best of what you have to help others. But that's not enough, because people aren't seeking purpose, they're seeking happiness or fulfillment. They're seeking the result of living a life according to their purpose. And so we then, after understanding purpose, have to understand what fulfillment is. And fulfillment is the feedback loop on living a life according to your purpose. It's the thing you get back in return as a result of giving the best of what you have. So
it's not like the breadcrumbs that you're actually living out your purpose. Because so many times you have your best day ever. You're never like, I was in my purpose today. It was amazing. I'm fully aligned with my purpose. That moment doesn't really happen.
Right.
But what you're more likely to say is, I felt really fulfilled. I felt like what I was doing was making a difference. You know what? I really liked how I was helping people. And I think that those are the things that we want to help people identify, because we believe that fulfillment is something that you can experience on demand. Like fulfillment is something you can experience on demand. When you find out what fulfills you, you can create a feedback loop and turn a button, turn a key, and experience that kind of fulfillment. It's something that once you quantify, you can recreate every single day.